Hello, I am Crystal Keys, and welcome to Workplace Keys Success, a channel that brings you a no-nonsense approach to surviving workplace bullying. Well, today we want to talk about workplace bullying and charismatic considerations. Well, bullies come in all shapes and sizes and all social aspects of life. In contrast to the typical profile of a bully being mean and angry and so forth, a bully can also be likable, comical, well groomed, a high achiever. It could come from good stock. Well, this type of bully has been termed as a charismatic bully. Before we proceed, I want to remind you to subscribe and like. Share your experience below kindly. Share your successful strategies that have helped you overcome workplace bullying. Let's help others. All right, so charisma. When is it good and when is it bad? The charismatic bully does exist in the workplace and does not rely on physical power to intimidate their targets, but instead they are cunning. They use manipulation to control others. The charismatic bully is probably a leader among their coworkers if they're not in leadership, and their charm appears to conceal the antisocial behavior which makes them difficult to recognize. When we broaden the conceptual definition of a bully to include charisma, we expose the likelihood of more bullies. And that's what we want to do so that we can have and be equipped to handle it. We also expand the scope of the covert behaviors of workplace bullying. Well, looking at charismatic considerations, we also have to include narcissistic tendencies. Well, according to previous research, narcissists are similarly charismatic, and narcissistic tendencies influence leadership. Well, most employees view a narcissistic leader as charismatic due to their marked resemblance of passion, courage, adventure, and the absence of fear and reluctance. It is important to know the connection between those three, the bully, the narcissist, and charisma, because there is a connection. Well, in my experience, charismatic leadership, the charismatic leaders are nice, nasty. They're very condescending. They always have a sarcastic tone. I've had to deal with this type of charismatic bully in my personal and professional life. So the recent accusations of Ellen DeGeneres strikes a chord with me, and they're just that though, accusations. So the complaints of the employees of disrespect in the environment, incivility, they feel like they're walking on eggshells. Well, Ellen's show is known for fun, excitement. Her show helps individuals, and it helps individuals make them become household names. Well, as our job, we help others. We help clients. We provide services. We offer products. But is the work environment toxic? What about the organizational culture? It is very important to treat people with civility. Everyone, the clients, the guests, the employees. Narcissistic leaders exuding visionary charisma often deliver confidence and dominance at the same time. They motivate positive initial impressions, helping them ascend power. Well, due to the charismatic leader's behavior, they can turn admirers into followers, creating yes men. This is how cults are formed. And their charismatic cult leaders, their ideas go unchallenged, leading to implementations of disastrous plans, of disastrous turnouts, like Jim Jones, Charles Manson, or like dictators, Adolf Hitler, Benito Mussolini, and Joseph Stalin, actually, and many more. Leaders using charisma to empower employees frequently accomplish effective organizational results, like Steve Jobs. Well, Jobs' death produced an outburst of encouragement and grief for the departure of a visionary who incited innovative technology. Some of his achievements as one of the founding members of Apple have ascribed to his charismatic characteristics, which frequently allowed him to rouse enormous loyalty and overcome significant obstacles and barriers. Tendencies of narcissism are found to be positively connected to charismatic leadership, such as visionary boldness and taking the right risk and motivationally charging, intriguing others. However, for all of Jobs' positive attributes, he had inhibition and has been criticized for his offensively abrasive nature as a leader. It is said that Jobs had a lot of estranged family relationships, friend relationships that were estranged, including that of Bill Gates. Jobs delivered a speech or left behind a deathbed essay about the meaning of life. He talks about his regrets. He recalls his life, realizing what got him to the top and all the recognition and wealth that he had so much pride in. It became meaningless in the face of death. Now, I don't want to show any bias towards charismatic leaders. I have my own opinion, which aligns with most of the research and the information that I've provided. But I also want to give some points of positive, well, some more points of positive impacts of a charismatic leader. Research shows a few positive results, some of which I've mentioned, of the charismatic leader, as they often deliver confidence and are seen as prime candidates for leadership roles. This is the opinion of some researchers. According to Galvin and Watts, charismatic leaders progress despite failure, and they are excellent in resolving a crisis. Charismatic leaders can incite positive initial impressions, encouraging hands-on evaluations and determining the context of situations. Unsurprisingly, many political leaders, famous people, and activists have been characterized as charismatic. Well, maybe charismatic leaders can be good and bad. Well, if you do a Google search for famous charismatic individuals and leaders, the following picks are provided: Bill Clinton, Winston Churchill, John F. Kennedy, Madonna, Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, Richard Branson, Marilyn Monroe, Marlon Brando, Robert Redford, Paul Newman, Sylvester Stallone, Michael Jackson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Freddie Mercury, Barack Obama, George Clooney, Muhammad Ali, Elvis Presley, Robert Downey Jr., Clint Eastwood, Robert De Niro, and many more. Other advantages of charismatic leaders include increased employee loyalty, leader creativity, innovation, and increased productivity. Well, above all other leadership styles, charismatic leadership depends on the individual's personality who is fulfilling the leadership role. If you've got a bad personality, then you're more likely to see a bad charismatic leader. If you are the target of charismatic bullying, I'm going to leave a link to a previous episode that provides some steps to stop workplace bullying. Because a bully is a bully and we need to treat it as such. But I thought this information was important enough to share and maybe add some guidance if you're experiencing a charismatic bully. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, our time is up, but hopefully I've been able to help you with some information that can help you process and know what next steps to take. Well, let's stay connected. And we can stay connected by you subscribing and liking. Subscribing will allow you for the provision of notifications on a weekly basis of new content. Well, in the words of Steve Jobs, treasure love for your family, love for your spouse, love for your friends, treat yourself well, cherish others.